Hello guys, my name is Ralph Johnson and welcome to Ralph Johnson Photography. Today we're going to talk about the Canon 24mm STM pancake EFS lens. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Alright, like I said, we're going to talk about the Canon's 24mm lens. I ain't going to go through that whole thing again because it's, like I said, a mouthful. But anyways, this is a pancake lens. We're going to start off with the price. This lens is $150. Support your local camera store, minus Schiller's or Critic4 Camera. But you can get it at Amazon, B&H for the same price also. It's $150, like I said. Outside features on it, it's small. I mean, it's super small. If you take off the lens caps, you know, the front cap and the back cap, it's not very big at all. It's a pancake lens and it fits that description quite well. It's very flat. On the outside of the lens, it does have a manual focus and an automatic focus switch. That is it. There's no image stabilization on this, so if someone's moving by the camera or something like that, well then, it's going to shake. But we're going to talk about the video on this first, since that's what I mainly bought this for. I mainly bought this for the video that I do for my photo news. But I have taken other video with it too, just to put it through its paces to see what it looks like. And here's that video footage now. As you can see with this footage, it looks very nice. The sun setting and stuff like that. And I have a gradient filter on the front of it. Now, with this gradient filter on the front of it, I did notice a few issues. One of the main issues is that how small the actual lens is inside of the lens here that we have. We have a bunch of elements inside, but if you notice how small this front element is, and actually is this, I think the back element's a little bit bigger than that front element. But anyways, this front element's very, very small. And when I put the gradient filter on there, it covers up the whole thing. I literally had to slide that gradient filter like about to here to get any sort of gradient on it at all. My filters are the Coke and Style filter that I was using on that for a gradient, so I could turn it however I wanted and it was okay. But that's one thing to consider. Now, Canon does make a bigger 24mm lens that's a smaller aperture. I think it's a 1.4 if I'm not mistaken. And that is a lot better lens from what I'm assuming. Because of the fact, one, it costs in the thousands of dollars and this is $150. But now you do get what you pay for. Of course. This is plastic, while the other one's metal, I am pretty sure. And this one doesn't feel chintzy, but it doesn't feel like the good quality glass from the Canon lenses and stuff like that. That, you know, the big white lenses, the 7200s and stuff like that, how they have that metal feel. This doesn't feel like that. This is a good lens, though, for what I'm using it for. I've also taken photos with it, and just to test out the whole gamut of it. Now, I did notice an issue, though, when I tried it at f2.8 on a wide country scene. And typically you wouldn't do this, but I wanted to just see how it would do, because I am testing the lens to see how I like it, you know, and what the limitations are of it. At f2.8, you can clearly see the vignetting around the edges and stuff like that. So, you know, that is what it is. But do you typically do a wide country scene like that at f2.8? No, you usually go to f10 or 8, 10, 12, something like that. So therefore, you know, you're not going to get that vignetting at them. But it is nice to know that it's there, you know, so you can avoid it if you don't want it. Other than that, this lens, you know, I've taken it and put it through its paces, as you see with the pictures and videos that I'm showing you throughout this. And it does quite well for what it is. I mean, again, it's a very cheap lens. It's plasticky. There's not much metal on it on the outside at all, except for the connections right here. It has the electronic connection here. This is metal and stuff like that. But other than that, there's not much metal on this. So you can understand where they put the emphasis on it being cheap because of the plastic build of it. And that's how they saved money to make it practically, and probably how small that lens actually is inside. A thing I do want to note to you about this though, this is an STM lens, and it has when you go to the manual function, you still can't turn this by itself when it's not on the camera. For the manual functions, to work for the focus and everything, to work, you have to have it on the camera and then turn the ring. Because it is still an electronic focus, so you still will get a beep when you get in focus, even if you're in manual focus, which is a good thing, I think. But you do get them on the other lenses. This STM lens is a lot quieter than the regular EFS lenses though too, so do remember that. And they have been making a lot more of these EFS lenses here lately. They have an 18 to 55, they have a 55 to 250, they have a 10 to 20, they have the 24, and then they have a 40 millimeter also. So they are getting wider and wider in these STM ranges. But, like I said, I'm just doing this one on the 24. I do want to try the other one, so Canon, if you're watching, send me some lenses. Also, if you're watching Canon, send me a comparison with the big lens on this too. With the 24mm f1.4. I'd love to do a comparison side by side on them. That's it for this lens review that I have, and other than that, peace out and have a good day.